This is the all-new BMW X5, the mid-size luxury SUV that helped BMW move into markets other than high-performance luxury sedans. Some younger viewers might not remember a time when BMW and other German automakers never had SUVs. It wasn't too long ago that the original X5 came out and transformed the Bavarian automaker into more of a full-line manufacturer. Ever since they started making SUVs, their sales have never looked back. Well, this new model is instantly recognizable, but what are some of the differences? Really, it comes down to some small changes that have made some really big improvements. There are more accent lines on this new X5. In fact, we had a chance to park it next to the smaller X3, and other than the front grille and headlights, they share a striking resemblance to each other. This is just a bigger version of that wildly popular SUV. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the X5's size. This vehicle is big. Where Mercedes has the ML and larger GL class 3-row SUV, BMW is trying to cover both sizes with this one product. It's sold with a 5-passenger configuration or optional 7-passenger unit. Now, BMW just announced that they're building a dedicated 3-row 7-passenger SUV, but that's a ways off. The X5 you see here is the top xDrive 50 gasoline version. There's also an xDrive 35 gasoline and an xDrive 35D, which is the diesel version. Now, of course, it's nice to drive the top-of-the-line model, but in reality, I think most people will go for the 35 Turbo in either gasoline or diesel. Now, the diesel has so much torque, the V8 is overkill. All X5 models come standard with 19-inch wheels, but BMW packages their products to be offered with bigger wheels depending on whether you want the Sport package or not. The same clamshell liftgate is at the back. The top portion opens up and then the bottom part lays flat. This makes it effortless to get cargo in and out. It's also very easy if you're going to be sliding big items forward, and it also is a great place to sit. As mentioned, the X5 can get a 3rd row of seats, but they're not that great for space. The GL class for Mercedes is a much better option. When equipped with just 5 seats, the cargo space is vast. This is a big rig. The interior is another example of how small changes can make a big difference. The center screen is huge, the iDrive controller is larger, and it's so much easier to navigate through the entire system than it has been on previous models. And as expected, the materials used are top-notch. Now, it could be argued that some brands, like Audi for example, have a much flashier interior, but the overall fit and finish in here is second to none. Now, the relatively wide and flat dash make the cabin feel huge, and these comfortable seats make it effortless to spend a lot of time in here. Now, it is true that BMW doesn't change enough for some people, but it's hard to argue at the level of luxury in here. As I mentioned before, there are 3 versions of this X5 available. 2 will be very popular, and I think this V8 will be overkill. This xDrive 50 is powered by a twin turbocharged 4.4-liter V8 engine. This produces a whopping 445 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. Now, this thing flies. It is so fast and stable, and it feels like this big rig is dancing in every situation. Now, in addition, there are various driving modes that the driver can choose that set up the engine's responses, the steering feel, and the suspension stiffness. Even in the most relaxed setting, this V8 engine is always up for a quick passing maneuver. Yes, it's a blast to drive, but 445 horsepower is a lot. For gasoline buyers, the 3-liter 6-cylinder turbo engine will be more practical. It has 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. The xDrive 35 can go from 0 to 100 kilometers in just 6.6 seconds. Now, that's not bad for a 6-cylinder. The next model is one of the most popular, the xDrive 35D Turbo Diesel. Because this 3-liter turbo has 413 pound-feet of torque and sips fuel, the shift has been away from the V8 X5 models to the X5 Diesel. The X5 can make a run to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.6 seconds using just 8.7 liters in mixed city and highway driving. Now, all models come with an 8-speed automatic to help get the most out of each liter of fuel. All X5 models can be equipped with several different packages like Sport, Luxury, and more. So starting prices can be a bit misleading. starting at $63,000 and up, this is an expensive product, but a superbly well-designed and engineered one. Well, I gotta be honest, other than the price, there's a lot of really good things to be said about this new X5. It's well put together, handles superbly, and there are 3 great engine options to choose from. So if you're in the market for a big, luxurious SUV, the X5 does a lot of things right.
Looking for an SUV? All the reviews are available at drivingtelevision.com.